Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Performance Bagger Build. Today we're converting the foot controls. I already have some really nice foot controls on this bike. I wasn't planning on building a performance bagger at that time, but performance baggers do have a more aggressive style of foot controls, kind of a cross between motocross and Harleys. So let's check out what we got. So the bike currently does have Performance Machined running boards and shifter and back brake. Don't get me wrong, these things are awesome. Built aluminum, inset rubber, beautiful pieces, great looking shifter, but they're just not the style I want for a performance bagger. The great news is we got hooked up from FLO Motorsports. If you're into performance baggers, I'm sure you've heard of these guys by now. They're definitely into motocross, making offerings for Harley Davidson. They're awesome. These guys are like rated #1. So let's see what we got here. We got a set of their full-on running boards in the red anodized. These come in a lot of colors. We've got passenger pegs right here. We've got the shift lever right there. And for custom options, we got the red tip for the shift lever that goes on here. And we've got the rear brake pedal. Since my bike's a 2013, they don't make a full back brake pedal for 13s and below. It's only 14 and up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Performance Machined brake pedal. I'm gonna unbolt this from the arm here, and I'm gonna just bolt their pedal to this one. What I love about their stuff is the aggressive styling. I'm a sucker for billet aluminum, especially when it's red anodized. I like these little silver spikes. You can replace them if you lose one. They just give it that two-tone aggressive look, and it's on all of them. You know, if you're gonna do this, you need to have everything matching. Your floorboards, your other foot controls, it all needs to tie together. And these guys did a great job of making a full set. The running boards are super easy to take off. You just have a bolt here, bolt over there, then I can pull the back brake off, and then same pretty much applies the other side. This comes off really easy without removing the running board, and then I'll pull this one off and we'll take a look. Let me give you guys the pricing on this stuff here. So for the V5 running boards in red, you're looking at about $408.95. Come over here to the V3 passenger pegs. These are $189. You've got your shifter over here. This is the 805 shifter. This goes for $168. The added tip, the number 802 red tip, $55.95. And then the red tip for the back brake, you're looking at $78.95. It's a good idea to measure the height of your brake tip. So I'm at 15 inches to the center. So when I put the new one on, I can get it in the same spot. You guys always want to make sure you pull the bolt all the way out before you can slide the shifter off. You'll see there's a little groove right here the bolt goes into. So if your bolt's still in the shifter, it won't slide off. So this is the new one here. I'm gonna put this on first and then I'm gonna change the tip. So remember we had 15 inches from the ground to the tip. Yep, dead on, 15 inches. Always make sure you use a little medium strength Loctite or thread locker. I use Loctite. Oh, bolt comes in from the top. Alright, so what's cool about this shifter is it has an adjustable position peg right here. So let me show you what it is when I take it off here. I've already cracked it loose a little bit. And we're changing the black one out for the red one. You already have a bolt here, but the new tip did come with its own bolt. So you can see here I got 3 positions. The position I had before was in the middle, you know, about the distance with the previous shifter. So I'm going to put it back in that same spot. And let's see how hard it is to get this bolt in here. Oh, not hard at all. Remember, a little bit of Loctite. Now you might be looking at this tip thinking, wow, that's an awfully aggressive looking tip for a shifter. Well, the bottom of this is nice and rounded off. Only the top has got the spikes on it, so nothing to worry about there. Looks amazing. Check out these floorboards. I love, let's get this out of the way. They gave some cool stickers. But yeah, this thing is sick, dude. I love the machining on it, all the different bevels and depths, and these spikes are so cool. Let's get them on the bike. There's no left and right, I don't believe. I'm sure they're universal. All right, good thing I did check on the bottom. You can see here, this has got a part number with an R. This one's got a part number with a L, so L first. So you can see here on the bottom side, has these nice billet attachment brackets. Use the stock hardware with this, so don't lose that. Stick in place and just slide the bolt in. I suggest you slide the bolts from the outside in. It's just mostly for aesthetics. It looks better. And they made this big enough to where you can get a socket in there. What am I using here? 7/16 socket. See how it fits in the hole there. And then I just hold the other end with an Allen wrench. You don't have to over tighten these. These nuts do have like a self-locking design, so that's why I didn't use any Loctite on them. A little bit of Loctite wouldn't hurt, but not 100% necessary. Like I said, I wouldn't over crank on these, just nice and snug. Check it out. Left side is done. I mean, look how long that only took me. Not long at all, not even probably 10 minutes. These are sweet, dude. They look better in real life than they'll ever look on a GoPro. Love it. Now when I get all this done, I'm going to give this thing a ride test too. Curious how these are going to feel on the bottom of my feet, how this will feel on my toe, if there's any vibration, stuff like that. One thing I want to mention is when you're working on this side, put a rag on your exhaust. When this thing rotates up, it'll hit your exhaust pipe, so just a little protective measure there. Okay, so to get the back brake pedal off, it's easier just to unhook the master cylinder from the frame. I already got one bolt out here. It's just 2 bolts. They come out really easy because it's hard to get at the spot where the brake pedal mounts to the master cylinder plunger. So you just take those 2 bolts out, and I thought it would just slide out of here. What I need to get is that piece right down there. So I'm just gonna have to get my hands in there and instead of needle nose, I guess, and make it happen. All right, I think to make this happen, I'm having to remove the upper bracket for the floorboard. I've already loosened it up. There's a nut on the back side and some washers, and then this just slides right off. Really easy to take off. Let's see if I can get this off now. Well, I have more access to. Okay, so now check it out. If now that that's out of the way, I can rotate this whole pedal down and get easier access to this bracket right here. So really taking all this off was pretty much necessary. So I'm just going to take this off here and slide on the new back brake. Actually, what am I thinking? This is staying on. All I need to do is take this off. Oh my god, I'm being stupid right now. Okay guys, well normally if you're putting on a whole new back brake, now you know what's up. Alright, so the Performance Machine back brake pedal just has 1 bolt right here on the back side, an Allen bolt. Alright, this is about to come off. There's the bolt. Yeah, just like I thought, there's a pin holding the other end. So what we're going to do is take the FLO pedal. It's basically just got a bolt hole on the end here, and just going to mount it right there. So all I really have to do, where's the bolt it came with? I just had it. Here it is. All I'm going to do is open this hole up right here and drop it in there, and bam, got it. Sweet. Alright, so actually what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to drill through this hole. I'm going to tap it bigger for the bigger bolt. And to do that, the bolt that comes with the brake pedal is an M8 1.25. So I'm going to drill a hole 17/64, and then I'm going to tap it to a bigger thread. Let's hope it works. I always double check the bolt against the tap, make sure the threads mesh up. There we go. Man, this setup looks so sick. I love how aggressive it is. Very performance bagger-ish. The two tied in together. Looks fantastic. I love how these are nice and tight too. All right, let's put on the passenger pegs. Okay, to get the passenger foot pegs off, just take a pair of these clip pliers. I know I hate these things, and these things are really delicate. They get bent really easy, so be careful with them. And I already took that one off. It was right here on the bottom side. Just slide the pin out, and this should come out of here. Careful, there's a metal clip right here that puts pressure on the peg so it doesn't vibrate and stays in place. See right here, see this? It's like a metal washer. It's kind of arced, so it's spring loaded. So let's make sure we get that back in there. Slide on the FLO peg. It's nice and tight, the way you want it. There we go. And then just put the clip back on. See that? This thing here is kind of stretched open, so I'm gonna have to pinch it closed with a pair of pliers. Shit, I can even do it with my bare hands. Look at that. It's kind of warped, so very delicate. Almost put it on with your bare hands. And that's it. Look at that. It's nice and tight. That's the way you want it. Put it up. I can tell it's going to stay in place. Matches these perfectly. Look at that. When you're going down the road, you got that one there. You got these. It's just, it's all about the details, man. These guys at FLO hooked it up. All right, everything's on. Let's take this bad boy for a test ride and see how these cleats feel. All right, guys, we are back from the test ride, and I have to say I do love these running boards. I was concerned that they'd feel weird being maybe too aggressive with those spikes, but man, I love how they keep your feet planted, getting your feet off the floorboards at stoplights, not an issue. You feel solid on the bike, feels great. Didn't feel any vibration in the running boards. The shifter felt great, didn't hurt my toe. Downshifting felt awesome. The wife loved her passenger pegs. They're wider than what I had before, which was just those small round ones. So now she's got a bigger platform. Another thing you want to do when you go out on your first ride, bring your Allen wrench with you, because I wanted to adjust the angle of this. You know, you can rotate this wherever you want. So when I got to my first stop, I just loosened it up, tweaked it a little bit, so I was getting a better seating on here. Another thing you can adjust is the passenger pegs. You see there's a bolt on the bottom that holds it on. Put the wife on the bike, they weren't quite at the right angle, so I just cracked this loose. And look at that, I can adjust them any way I want. But yeah, guys, I am highly stoked on these floorboards and foot controls. FLO knocked it out of the park. 5 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, that is a wrap for this Performance Bagger episode. In the next episode, I'll be mounting up my FLO Motorsports hand controls, adjustable hand levers. So make sure you subscribe, stick around for that. If you guys have FLO Motorsports foot controls, let's hear in the comments what you think of them. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.